Hello, everybody. Okay, I was just making sure that all my stuff was together. You know, making sure my life's together, which is not, but... Okay, gotta move some stuff on my desk, though. Okay, I have my water. I have... Hold on, I'm gonna turn off the music. Okay, and then I'm gonna turn the game is on, but I turned the volume off because the menu is loud. Well, not loud, but the menu has sound. It's like office sounds. Here we go, okay. Yay, we have volume. Okay. Now, when I flip to the gaming screen, it should just be there. But it's not. Oh, it never is. Hold on. Every time I move away from this screen, I have to reset it when I come back. I don't know why. Oh, OBS, how we love you. I hope the chat's not broken this week, but I guess we'll see. I've done my best, honestly. Oh, hey, Mabu. I guess the chat is broken. Hold on. Every other stream, it's broken. I couldn't even tell. Oh! I fixed it. That's never worked before. Hold on. If I go back here, look, it's there. Wow. I don't know why it does that, like, blinking out of existence thing, but oh well, whatever. We'll take what we can get. Also, I just want to say that when I opened this game, it had me put in the time, like the time of day, and then it thanked me for putting in the time of day. It said, most people just leave it set at 12 a.m., but you took the time to set the time. Thank you. Next time, just set it to whatever time you want. And I thought that was funny.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
This is how I feel at work.
Number 427's
Not
job
really, I
was
don't have an
simple.
office.
He sat at his
I wish I
desk
had
in
an
room
office.
427 and he pushed buttons on it.
Actually, no, I don't.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons
I'd
to
be
push,
too lonely.
how
I'd
long
be
to push
sad.
them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day.
This is basically
every
my
month
job, though.
Of every year. And although
Press
others
buttons
might have
on a
considered it
keyboard.
soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment
In
that
the
he
order
was
that you're
there,
supposed to.
as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I'm so happy
And
for
then
Stanley.
one day, something very peculiar happened.
He loves his job.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor.
I like how he sat
him
there
to
for an
follow.
hour and then
No
he was
one
like,
had showed up
huh,
to give him instructions.
That's
call
weird.
a meeting, or even say hi.
But it took him an hour
Never
to
in
think
all
it was
his years
weird.
at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
I mean,
Something
same,
was
though.
very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest
Shocked
time.
and slightly embarrassed
But
at the
as he
sight
came
of
to
Larry
his
in a
wits and
towel.
regained his senses, he
Why
got
am I
up from his
lagging?
desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, never mind. We're fine now. I got an achievement for quitting the game and starting it again. That's an achievement? Okay, hold on. I want to turn this down just a little bit. The camera sensitivity, it's like so sensitive. I'm gonna be real, that feels no different.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, I haven't played this game in like 2 years? Has it been 2 years? Wait. No. 1 year? No. Maybe it was 2 years. This used to be like my favorite game.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. Nor did it advance the story.
I wish I could zoom in.
Way.
Oh. You don't have to press E, you can click on things. Oh, I want to know what that says. What does that say? Oh man, I want to zoom. I want to zoom it. There's no zoom in, is there? Interact additional. Oh, you can crouch. Auto walk. Interesting. Okay. That's not auto walk. That's just click to walk. It doesn't like... You have to hold it down just like you do W. What was the other thing? Oh. I can crouch. I like work. I just hate my boss. What does that say? Probably says like smile or something. Number 1 dead. I like how when you click though, it's like a typing sound. It's been so long since I played this game, I don't know how to get any of the cool endings or into the cool areas. This doesn't have a number on it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Which way's left? Yeah, this is the kind of artwork that they would hang in offices or hotels.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of
Do
disbelief,
not alter without consulting
Stanley
the whiteboard
decided to
manager.
go up to his boss's office,
Oh, here we go.
hoping he might find an answer there.
Group planning. Weekly targets. Admin? Marketing Mondays. Termination Tuesdays. We're broke Wednesday. Mergers. Pranking floor 5 meeting. Oh, this is a great pre-review of weekly review. Yo, they're having an office party on Friday. What to do about 432? Don't tell 432 about the meeting. Amazing. I love reading the random things written on stuff in games. The future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. What? The future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. Get Chris out of the broom closet. What was that sound? I heard something. Oh, it's the projector. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire someone to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of something. Can I get on the table? What does that mug say? Please do not steal. Mood. Speaking of stealing in the office, somebody stole my soda out of the fridge a couple weeks ago, and I'm still really salty about it. And it's really funny because my manager went around the office trying to find out who did it. But they couldn't find the person. Facts. Stripes. Requires more secondary research. Synergize. What does that even mean? Well, Chris isn't in the broom closet anymore, so...
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here.
Is there anything I can mess with in here?
So he turned around and got back on track.
I don't want to get back on track. I want to be in the broom closet.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow.
I don't want to do
Just
anything
an
today.
empty
That's why I'm
broom
playing
closet.
this game.
No reason to still be here.
What is that? What's that orange thing?
It was baffling that Stanley was
What is
still
that?
just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is,
that, like,
he's literally
go on
just
a
standing
hose or
there
something?
doing sweet FA.
You know? One of those hose things for watering plants and stuff?
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Yeah.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
So am I. About what this orange thing is. I wish they would give me something to mess with in
choice or
here.
anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
There's a lot of significance in
I
this
never would have
broom
thought to
closet
mention it.
narrator guy. Like what this orange thing is. Hey, Vile, what's up?
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk
I
about
think this
with
orange
your
thing
friend,
goes
you'll
on a
say,
hose.
Oh, did you get the broom closet ending?
The broom closet
ending
ending.
was my favourite. I hope
XD.
your friend finds this concerning.
I like that they added the XD at the end of that. The broom closet
Stanley
ending
was, fat and
my
ugly
favorite.
and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That
Yeah,
or
I
the
know we
drug
didn't
man.
play Helldivers
Also,
last
Stanley
week.
is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Or was it the week before? I don't know. I think last week. Was it last week I didn't
Well, I've come to a
stream?
very
I just
definite
kind of like.
conclusion about what's going on right now.
I was just really tired
You're
last
dead.
week.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here.
Hopefully we can
when a
play
physical melody of some
next
sort
weekend, though.
shut down your central nervous system, and you collapsed on the keyboard.
I did
Well,
collapse
in
on
a
the
situation
keyboard.
like
Yep.
this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
Yes.
They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of
dead
the
at my
long-term
desk right now.
sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
Yep.
All right.
The
When you've
irony
done
is
that,
lost
just step
on
out
me.
into the hallway.
No. I want to keep clicking on the random stuff in here that's not going to do anything. What is that? It's a spool of twine? Yo, can I climb on this? Hold on. Ooh. Ooh. I saw it go up. I saw it go up. Oh. Yes. We're on the cabinet. Amazing. A DJ board. What are you going to do with a DJ board? Well, I mean, like, you're probably going to DJ, but... Is anything else going to happen? I wish I could jump. At least there's a bucket we can poop in. Mix music. That's cool. I've always wanted to learn how to, like, mix music and stuff, you know, for, like, you know, song production. I also, as soon as I said that, I was also having flashbacks to the Backrooms stream. I kind of want to play that game again. I saw something on the Steam page that there's going to be like a full release of that game, because when I played it, it was still in like pre-release. Not beta, but like the, you know, the before it's fully released. Anyway, there's going to be like some changes, I guess, to it. I don't know when that's supposed to happen though. I think it's just like one dude that makes it. And I think it would be really, like, it'll be really cool when it's fully released. I don't know when that's going to be though. I hope it's soon. I want to play it again. I like those games a lot. Because I really enjoy games, obviously, where I can just do nothing but exist. This used to be, like, my favorite game. And I think this is what sparked my love for liminal space games, is this game. I got this game in, like, middle school or something. It was me and my best friend's, like, favorite game ever. We would take turns at our computer, at the computer at my house, like, trying to get different endings. What a good time. I don't know if anything else is gonna happen. How long should I stand here before I just leave? Maybe I should open the door. Well, I guess while I'm standing in the broom closet waiting to see if something happens, we can talk about something interesting that I discovered recently. And by recently, I mean today, because before the stream, I was kind of bored. So I was just goofing around in the YouTube studio. And I went to the analytics tab to see what all you can look at in your analytics, because I never check my analytics, mostly because I don't know what anything means, and also because I don't care. But there's like a section in there where you can see what operating system people are watching your videos from, and there are 28 people who watched videos on my channel from a Nintendo Switch. And that amused me. Like, who's watching on a Nintendo Switch? Yeah! Nintendo Switch! I bumped my mouse. Yeah, 28 people have been watching this channel from a Nintendo Switch. Alright, I don't think anything's gonna happen.
Second player. It's good to have you.
Going back.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to.
There are no monkeys nearby.
Fungus? Look, you can hammer out
no
the details.
Fish,
I'm not particularly
maybe
picky.
a fungus.
I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Okay. I thought maybe something else would happen if I went back out. How long do you think I have to stand here before he talks again? Alright, I'm bored. Let's go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Scary. What does this say? I can't read it. But it looks like there's a cat on a motorcycle? Perhaps? I don't know. I can't really see it. I don't really want to go through there, actually. Oh yeah. Ugh. Wow, that mirror is messed up. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Interesting. Extreme bathrooms. I wish I could read the rest of it, but it's too small and I can't see. Soap. I don't know that you could open that door again. Interesting. Oh, well now it's locked. Huh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
This is one of the only things I remember from the game. How many times have I typed that in?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I'm just gonna keep hitting 8.
2845.
8888. 8.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
8. I want it to say 8. Come on. I'm pretty sure if you hit 8 enough times, something funny happens. I think. I'm just gonna keep doing it. No one can stop me. I do what I want. I think something funny is supposed to happen if you hit the number 8 enough times. I don't remember. This is really testing my patience right now. Oh, wait. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? Great. Hitting the 5s messed me all up. And now I have to move on. I think that ruined it. Wait, no, I hit the up button.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley
such a
realized
disappointment.
he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, it's gonna go unanswered for a really long time, actually.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Escape.
Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Cool.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
This hallway is really long.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward.
Yes.
And willingly confront his death.
Straight to my death. Yeah, why not? Will I die? Sure. Totally fine.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
And then I
Stanley can't see
spent
the
time
bigger
thinking
picture.
about how
He
my
doesn't
life
know
was
the real
worthless.
story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss.
Why
like
does this
plucking the eyeballs
exist?
from a blind man.
I could
So
totally
he
jump out right
resigned
now.
and willingly accepted this violent end to his
I could
brief and
totally have
shallow
jumped over
life.
there.
Farewell, Stanley.
Yes.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Why is there a second narrator? Oh. Oh.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Yeah, what did he think he was doing?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless,
It's
making
the
life the same.
office.
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
That's pretty deep, man. The Office. Button sounds. I do like... These are not the same button sounds every time you press it. What is life but a fevered dream? The pacing of this opening section was important. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors in a good time. Stanley's computer. Boop, boop. I should have read those before I turned them off. Wait, can I turn them back on? Darn it. Credits. Wow. Wow. What a fun way to put credits in your game. Ooh. Screens from the development. Ooh. A clock. It's over here.
To do anything in this room.
That scared me. Ooh.
Standing of good and bad game design. But of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. Well, try the other one then. Stanley pushed the big red button.
Interesting. Why is some of it so quiet?
Then he pushed the number 4.
That's so random. And then he pushed the number 4. Freedom. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. That's so many screens. Wow. What's over here? Oh, goodness. I just got an email that my coffee package just arrived. I'm gonna have to go get that real quick. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. BRB. There we go. Okay. I just had to bring the coffee inside so it's not sitting out in the hallway. Okay, what does it say? This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as an audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Ooh, good for you, William. That looks really cool, though. Ooh. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office. The first was created in November 2011. Wow. And then his office looked like this, and then his office looked like this. These two are almost the same. The lounge. Ooh. There's money everywhere. What does that say? Welcome back, employee 427. Oh, here we go. Ultra Deluxe announcements. Screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement. Fun. Whoa. That looks like Tron. We designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. And the game would become sentient and wage war against the narrator. Why didn't they keep that? It was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. And people thought it was making fun of people who like shooters. Oh, man. Alien base. Awesome. That would have been a great ending. To the people who thought that was a stupid idea, I hate you. Copy machine. The office. Oh, and we're back here. Okay. Oh, what was this? What? Oh. Asking the narrator. Well, the thing I want to know is, what would you do if Stanley entered any other rooms? What would he do? Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent it out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these for further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here's a selection of the emails. Congratulations, congratulations. Greetings, omnipotent voice. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I'm not gonna read all that. What was this stuff? The apartment timer. The cargo lift. Whoa! The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. That looks like something out of Portal. So does this. Where am I going? Where am I? Maintenance layout. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Levers. Zending levers. Oh man, I wish they would let me pull them. Oh, here we go. Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Heh. Zending model. Blah, 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 blah. Even though it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it shortly after. What does it mean? Escape menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this is what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Boop.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
No.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me.
Oh, and we're back
You can still
here.
save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking
Wait.
someone
No, I don't wanna
else's
quit.
path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let
Rah. Squish. I wonder what would have happened if I'd hit quit.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What would have happened?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room,
No,
and
it is
Stanley knew
not.
it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, I do.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Oh,
It had really
there's
been
no
worth the
names
detour
on the
after all,
drinks.
just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate,
$1.25.
beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, but eager to get back to business. Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. Don't tell me what to do. Hold on. I gotta fix my chair. This is messed up. There we go. My chair was stuck on my blanket.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yep, that's me, actually. Like, for real. At work. I'm so bad at following directions. Can't be trusted at all. Hey, I'm on this box. Do not jump from the cargo lift. Ooh. But what if... There's an open door down there. If I land on these boxes, I might live, right?
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley.
Okay, maybe not.
Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oops.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Whoopsie.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it
I
perfectly
don't want to
well.
go to the meeting room.
Perhaps he
'cause I
wanted
don't
to
wanna go
stop by
back
the
to the
employee
ending.
lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to
Wow,
get back
yes,
to business,
this
Stanley
room.
took the first open door on his left.
It's so blue.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired
Okay,
years
I won't
ago.
kill myself this time.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Ugh,
I
just wanna
realize that
go
investing
out.
your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the
Definitely
story has been about
could
nothing
have
but
used,
you all this
like,
time.
that extension
There's
cable over
someone
there.
You've been neglecting, Stanley.
We
Someone
could
you've
climb down
forgotten
that
about.
thing.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
And there's a vent
Now,
there.
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh, darn, I missed my chance to...
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do,
I forgot what I was
Stanley
doing.
leapt from
I
the
wanted to jump
platform
off of
and
the lift.
plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks
Onto
you
the
are
platform.
very powerful.
But I forgot.
All of his co-workers
Whoops.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh,
When
I wish I
Stanley
could walk
came to a
faster.
set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art, but eager to get back to business.
Wait, he
Stanley
said
took the
something different
first
that
open
time.
door on his left.
He didn't say that last
Stanley
time,
was
did he?
so bad at
That it
following
was a work of
directions,
art?
it's incredible he wasn't
I don't
fired
remember him
years
saying
ago.
the word sublime.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing
wanna
but
jump onto
you
this platform.
all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
What? Really?
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that
Yep.
convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why?
Yes.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
No.
Look, let me prove it.
Danger
let me
everywhere.
prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
2B1. To be 3. No buckets past this point. Oh, interesting.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really
See, I do
handled you
things
to be
every once
happy
in a
all this
while.
time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now.
I'm not
Don't
running.
you see that it's
I'm
killing us,
walking.
Stanley?
I'm walking.
I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution.
I stopped.
Here, let me show you.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just
This
stay
is
right
quite
here,
nice.
right in this moment with this place.
Why am I
Stanley,
lagging?
I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Why am I lagging? Hold on. What does this mean? Will this help? Ooh. I'm just gonna stare at this. How long do you think the game will let me stare at this? Why is it so blurry? What am I doing? Oh, new colors. How long do I have to stand here, you think? What if I... Oh, well, can't kill myself. Yep. Here we are. Ooh, more colors. I feel like I need to sneeze. Okay, I didn't sneeze, but now my eyes are watering. Ooh. I think I might be allergic to this. Okay.
No, wait. Where are you going?
What? Okay, I'll go back. Sorry.
Right. Where were we?
Yeah, this is making me dizzy. Okay. Oh.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
All of what? There's nothing
Please,
here.
no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Oh.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it for sure. And I think it's a good idea.
No!
Ouch.
Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Oh, hello, Stefan. Good luck with Iron Banner. Oh. Whoa.
There.
Look at all
See?
these colors.
This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Yeah, stop moving. And I want to go back.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Sorry, Mr. Narrator.
No.
Oh, hold on.
No, what are you doing, Stanley?
head itches.
Please, I'm
Okay.
asking you not to take this away from me. Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
There's just nothing going on out there. It does not hold the attention of my ADHD, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to... I have to do this.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you
Okay.
do that for me? Yes, perhaps you can.
I just want to know if he'll
Perhaps you
give me more
finally see what I'm
dialogue.
talking about.
Oh, the colors.
I
They're
know
so
you'll
vibrant.
you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
You know, I think I would just be a lot happier if I went back. I think I'd be really happy if I went back this way.
No, perhaps not.
I thought at least maybe the colors would change, but they're still the same. Sorry, Mr. Narrator Man. I can't do
Is this
it.
really how much you dislike my game?
I can't live like this
That you'll throw
anymore.
yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
Yes.
You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
Yeah.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
Yeah. I'm gonna kill myself just so that you won't be happy.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore.
Oh, he sounds so
I
sad.
just wanted us to get along,
I'll go back.
but I guess that was too much to ask.
That
Do
is
you
a little
actually
too
want to
much.
stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
I am just teasing him. Oh, the colors haven't changed. Do you actually
I
want to
wanted
live?
us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did.
Oh.
I wish I still thought that was possible.
Oh. I wish I could be happy here, but honestly, it's just too boring. You know what would be more fun? Oh, geez, I'm walking so slow now because I've thrown myself off that platform too many times. We could take this. No. I just imagine injured Stanley dragging himself and his broken legs back up the stairs to throw himself from the platform again. All right, here we go.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it?
Oh,
I'm going back.
he sounds so sad.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh, and he just sounds
Stanley
normal.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so awaiting input. Hello? The new content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean?
I've played a little
New
bit of this,
content.
like, forever ago. Oh. But I didn't do very much of it. Dude, imagine if that was your desk.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
I did not know that.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the
Game
Stanley
Factor.
Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
See, I felt like I was gonna
The
sneeze,
Stanley
and then I
Parable
didn't
Ultra Deluxe
sneeze.
features
And now my
exciting
nose
new
is all
content
running.
that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please
Yeah.
step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well,
Wow.
this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
What happens if I go back on here? Nothing. This is the sketchiest elevator I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Hello, move, please.
Is it broken?
There's no buttons.
What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I like how when you press the buttons, you like slide.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if
Mostly
them...
tedious.
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Yeah, content. It's
All
the
right.
jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I'm not gonna use all of these because I remember I did that last time and I got really upset because it shows up later.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
That was it.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley,
That's it?
I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this
What else do you
passes
need?
for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours
Oh
of new
my
content
gosh,
right
I
there.
would listen to
I could
him read
count
the
to 30
dictionary.
trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more.
There's
Very
more.
good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
They put blinds in the game. Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this?
Me
I'm
if I made a
infuriated
game.
and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them
And I'd keep it
personally
in there just so that
It's my
nobody
fault,
could
Stanley.
get it.
I built up
And then
too much
everyone would be
anticipation
super
around
mad.
the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up
And
to
then
such
eventually I would add a
expectations.
secret way to complete
If you're
it.
still with me, why don't we
And
just
never
reset
tell
the
anyone.
game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
This dude is doing
No
a lot of
frills,
yapping.
no
That's what he
gimmicks.
does.
Just you and me.
That's
having
the
a
whole
great
thing.
Time together, like always. What do you say, friend?
We're friends? Oh, it's my office. And a place that is not my office. Look at that.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Well, that's a bit suspicious. What happens if I...
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork
I
anyway,
do
so
wanna
who
see
cares?
I do want to see it, though. But I think I went that way last time. That was like forever ago. I think I went that way. And I want to know what's this way. It's the regular game. Don't go there.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
Excuse you? Coffee nut. Coffee's not a nut, it's a bean.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Skyrim.
Just our little secret. Take a look.
Or Elden Ring.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing
Oh,
all my
yeah.
favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
Whenever
Experiences
I want.
like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind
Zone,
you of how
sweet
wonderful
zone.
Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something.
Does it say The
Oh,
Last of Us
wait.
on it? And they just taped the Stanley Parable on top. Our first kiss, my first card, the release of the Stanley Parable in 2013. 2013. What does that say? The Memory Zone temp? Temp? 2013. The original remake. Oh, here we go. Linguists identify 15,000-year-old ultra-conserved words. The Washington Post. This is like news stories from the day the game released. 6 components of a great corporate culture. There's no such thing as great corporate culture. That's not real. Be my Valentine. Good times. Why does that say 1951 on it? A dollar bill. Why? A trip down memory lane. Oh, discs. Remember when games came on discs, guys? Smile because it happened. What's that say? The Stanley Parable Alpha Test. I remember playing the beta of this game. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Is that an actual achievement? It is impossible to get this achievement. British Academy of Film and Television Arts nominee. But it's not a film. 'Cause you're 40 now and old. That's not old. Okay, well, you are a little old. But you're not that old. You're only kind of old. New video game releasing today. Creators surprisingly down to earth. Colleges show uneven effort to enroll poor. The Los Angeles Times. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Moving on. Can I sit on this bench? Nope. Wow, look at that view though.
Je suis dans la mémorisation, c'est sur la pluie de l'eau, et je n'attends plus que toi, mon amour.
Are they singing in French?
C'est là, dans la mémorisation, où je me remémore
And over
les
here
jours.
is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from
Don't read any reviews except this
James
one.
Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing
Yep, this
the
is every
original
game
Stanley
that was
Parable
ever created.
It was literally every game ever created.
No game.
It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all.
It's just
It
like
isn't
Dark
even
Souls.
the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Ooh, how do I open this door? I want to go through there. You are playing the Stanley Parable. Person of the Year. Oh my gosh, is that Stanley? Wow. I don't know what this is. What is this? Oh, the red door and the blue door. Yo. Is that a Stanley Parable tie? I want a Stanley Parable tie. I don't wear ties, but I'd wear that tie. The greatest wealth is memory. People play games because what they can do inside them, and your game is very good at letting them know they can't do anything. Literally anything. What?
Here's another
What does
moving
that
passage,
mean?
this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is
Repeatable
both a
carpet
richly
textures
stimulating
ready for your
commentary
game
on the nature
project.
of choice in games, and one that offers some
Great.
of the most
Red.
enjoyable,
Missing
surprising,
coworker
and
scenario.
rewarding choices
Meeting.
I've ever been
Boring.
confronted with in a game.
Grass.
9 out of
Trial
10. Don't you
version.
get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new
Pairing
content.
snake
It just
oil
needed to
salesman?
be left alone. To spend the rest of time
Something?
collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Oh. The serious room. How do I get... Hey. Hey. There's a... Wait a minute.
These were simpler times,
Ha!
Stanley.
Yes.
But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
I feel like I've been here before. Wait a minute. Oh. Well, we're locked in.
Oh no. Oh God, no.
Oh,
Stanley,
no.
it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Oh,
I haven't looked at these in
disgusting.
years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh. Well, this one was
Honestly,
good.
I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor
This
and
was
dialogue
posted in
proving to be more
2018.
irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art.
Ouch.
I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley parable, but the game is already such a densely
The
layered
beige
web
pages.
of profound philosophical insights
Coffee.
that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh, goodness. It's so gross down here. I like how there's just, shipping containers full of Steam reviews. Negative reviews. Oh, dear.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
This guy only played it for
The idea of the
3
game is
hours.
good. No, for someone who
Only
prefers
3
non-linear
hours.
games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley?
Preachy?
I'm not preachy, am I?
You are a little
You
preachy.
can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
I just said it.
This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from
It
the
is
game
thought-provoking
to get it to feel as
only in the
light and
first
airy as
minutes.
Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't.
June 5th, 2016.
What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
Unimpeachable.
I feel like a failure.
Unimpeachable.
Like I let these people down. Perhaps the
Peach.
Stanley parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say?
I get that it's supposed to be a parable of something,
Stop doing anything,
but listening
so
to
the
that
narrator can
patronizing
catch up with
voice
his
droning on and
long-winded
on just isn't
explanations
fun.
of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button. Well,
They played it for
well,
9.8
yes.
hours.
Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
Let me out.
Not if it means we can strike these
me
negative
out.
reviews from the record.
Let me
Only
drown myself.
positive
Oh,
reviews
goodness.
of the Stanley parable. That's my motto,
Ah.
today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to
Skip,
deliver a long,
skip,
rambling
skip,
monologue for... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
Yeah,
That
because you keep
last one was-
talking.
well, I want to say maybe 30, 45
Okay, what time is it
minutes?
on the clock?
It's not unendurable by any means. but it's-
2:15?
Well, there's... Stanley, please don't push the
Time is
button
it
again.
now?
It's been 12 hours.
Oh,
You've just been frozen there.
you
I
sure?
don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really,
Oh,
truly
yeah, it's
getting
like
longer. And my God, there's no way
2:40.
out of the room. Stanley, the door... Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Oh.
You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right?
Uh-oh.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome.
I'm here again.
I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you
Oh.
ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year?
Yeah,
Let me
no.
describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret.
There's only
There is only
regret.
the turning...
Narrator? Narrator? Who's back here? A ladder? What's up with the chain link fence in the middle of the room? That's so strange. He's gone. Oh, the smoke alarm's going off. Ah!
But they didn't understand the
Oh.
game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point.
It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where
He's
are the
back.
jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising
Yeah, if you leave
heart
a negative
the words
Steam
that they are
review,
speaking
you should
into
be
the
held
world,
accountable.
as though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it,
He's
then it's
not
a crime
okay,
not to
Vile.
bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes!
Yeah.
Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people.
How long
Because
do you think he'll go
otherwise,
on?
Without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this.
I'm not mad.
I'm
I've
at
just
peace
been on a
with it.
20-minute
I am the
rant.
calm center of
20-year
gravity
rant.
around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes,
of course.
They've been jealous of me this
Everyone
whole
else
time.
is jealous.
They are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read
Anyone
these
who ever
reviews
says
now,
something
you can
mean
see it.
to you
can
or about your
taste
video
the bitter
game is just
resentment.
jealous.
And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think, to feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves, they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam. Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me.
Yeah.
Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters.
Okay.
And
No, he's gone again.
the end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never
Well,
the
he's
end,
back.
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
I hear
is
water
never the
somewhere.
end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the
Something is dripping. Something's dripping. Ah! Ah! Ugh. Okay, posture. Posture check. The sun. Oh, thank goodness. The sun. Nature is healing. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Alright, note to self, don't do that. Oh, nature's not healing. What is that? Oh, it's just getting worse. Skip. Oh. Ah. Yes. So. We find ourselves on Tatooine. Guess we'll just walk in a straight line. And eventually, we'll get somewhere. Yeah. Oh, we're back. Do you think the narrator's
All of his
okay?
co-workers were gone.
Oh, he's
What could it
fine.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
He's
Perhaps
totally
he had simply missed a
fine.
memo.
Oh, wait. Heh. Boop. That was important. New content. Okay.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have
You
something
noticed
very
my bright
exciting to
neon
show you.
sign. Thank goodness.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and
You
about
see,
how roundly disappointing this ultra
I've
deluxe
been thinking
version
about
has
it.
turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should
I
live
wanna
up
skip.
to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh. See, this looks like a sleek
Yes,
corporate
you see,
office
isn't
with a
this far
sleek
superior
corporate
to a
office
measly
color scheme.
re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new
Look at all this
territory we'll
table.
cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely
Oh,
new
a
experience
bag.
built from the ground up. Why there are so
And they're
many
using
possibilities.
Apple
It could
computers.
go in
Ugh.
so many different directions. This is what fans have
Testing
truly
two
been
printers
asking
at the
for.
same time.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2
Taste
is
the
just so
sequel.
much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra
Sip.
Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now
Two.
that's an artistic
Two.
statement
Two.
right there. It's future-oriented.
Investor
it screams
showcase.
progress and innovation and
Sticky
long-term
notes.
franchising potential.
I like the default Windows wallpaper. You know? I love that it's just the photo app. Or what does it say? Just the two of us. What does it say? New mug. Time to wake up. Never underestimate coffee enjoyers. Coffee enjoyer. Okay. I can read. Never underestimate a coffee enjoyer who left their cup by a leather sofa that faces a blurry room. Okay. That's so oddly specific. I would like that mug. Ooh. See, I really wish I could zoom in. Oh, a drawing. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Boring section of the chart. Cool red section of the chart. New hotness. Old and busted. Birds. Don't talk to me before I've had my sequel. The color red. Oh, a PowerPoint. I wish I could scroll the PowerPoint. Plants.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around
Scrum?
them. It'll all work
What does
itself out.
Scrum mean?
Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or
Two
logical.
eyes, two ears, two nostrils, two arms, two legs. Who took the red marker? Me. What does it say? Investor... Wait. I saw the investor showcase. What was that? Sequels are good. Portal 2. We played that. Half-Life 2. Haven't played that. Batman Arkham Asylum 2. Didn't play that. Divinity Original Sin 2. Didn't play that. Is that a game or a movie? Is this a movie? I'm confused. Because Aladdin 2 Return of Jafar is a movie. Dark Souls 2. I don't know. I hear mixed opinions about Dark Souls 2. What does it say? You are the sequel. This way to the show floor. What if I want to go this way? Okay, fine. New features. How did we get a bus in here? This is not handicap accessible. Oh wait, no, these are elevators. I take it back. Pirates of the Caribbean has a character named Scrum.
Here we
Interesting.
are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Okay, I'll try out some of the new features. Ooh, merch. Please, no screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version,
Have you ever seen
the
Calls
office could
and
use a bit
Cars?
of decoration,
I read
like
two words at
balloons.
the same
And
time.
I'm undecided
Cars
on
and malls.
Get Well
Yes, I have
Someday
seen a car.
and
I've
Happy
seen
12th
many
birthday.
cars in malls.
Which would you go with?
Oh. Get well someday. Happy 12th birthday, Stepnies.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew
How'd they
which
get them
one
in
you
there? I think
actually
they
really
just
wanted all
drive
along.
them in there.
Happy 12th birthday, stepniece it is.
You know what, buddy? Mr. Narrator, I hate you. Your opinions suck. I liked the get well someday balloon.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
It's down here. This does look like some kind of weird corporate showcase. Opening. What?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is
You
in
have to
fact
walk in a door that's too small for them.
hole
There's
that you can
probably
fall down
a
forever.
secret
That's right.
door in a shipping
Infinite
area that they can
falling.
get them in
You
through.
can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Infinite hole. But I want to go down there. Alright, here we go.
You see, isn't it wonderful?
Me, when I
One
have
of
to
my
check
more
to see if the
ingenious
bottomless
concoctions,
pit is
if I
still
do say
bottomless.
so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole,
you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I don't know. I'm trying to test to see if it's still bottomless.
I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
No. You just want me to do it
Stanley,
because you
I
know
don't know
it's
quite
not
how to say this
bottomless.
tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Exactly.
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an
I like the sound
astonishingly
it's making.
deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay,
Philosophical
well, good
in
for you. You found
nature.
the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley.
Oh
I'm a
my
liar and a cheat,
gosh.
and you're so clever.
Ew.
Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually
Every pause
fascinated by
button is a
falling.
Roman numeral
What normal
2.
person actually
Just
wants to
the
fall
two of
infinitely?
us.
I figured the hole was as
Meeting
deep
at
as anyone
2
would actually
p.m.
need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just
I didn't
put
say
all this
anything I didn't
behind
mean.
us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Fine.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal.
Hey now.
A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever. till
Goes
the end
on
of time.
forever.
Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't
Yeah.
help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean,
Yep.
admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positive.
Yeah, I've
you're
had enough of
thrilled.
the hole.
I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about. And I've had
Not
enough
really
of
a
the
whole
for
person. I just
lifetime.
don't care. I don't care about the whole. I just don't care. Whatever. It just keeps going. What the heck? I could jump back in. But honestly, science. More hole per hole. I could go back in the hole, or I could go do something different. Like the jump circle. I have 25 jumps.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
See? What does this say? No jumps remaining, player tiers. I like how it's just tape on the floor. No. I can't believe they did that. Free new easy achievement. Wow. Free achievement. Get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I
not
guarantee
a
it will be
wizard.
fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who
Give
are
it to
uproariously
me.
demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you,
What
and I
is
promise it will
this?
happen.
Gamers, we hear you. They said there was a free achievement down there. Liars.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we
That's
seen
new.
yet?
Oh, here we go. Jump circle, this map, free achievement, the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. B? B. Not B squared. B. This way. Over here. Yeah! The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Hear your name in the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2,
the door's
I
locked.
asked myself,
Oop.
what do players really want?
Too
And
big?
of course,
Too small?
The first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people.
Yeah,
So
that's
with
what
that
I
in
want.
mind, my first
Nate,
addition to the
hear
game
yours
is this
today.
button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say
Jim.
your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love
Identity
it.
theft isn't a
Okay,
joke,
here we
Jim.
go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact
Right,
of
my
this
bad.
button.
I need
Otherwise,
Jim's
it's just a stupid
backstory.
button that says somebody else's name.
You're absolutely
Okay,
right.
We're doing it again, and this time let me finish first.
Okay.
Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work.
Jim.
All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
I'm sorry.
Jim.
See, if you'd only played
Jim.
along,
Jim.
that would have been
Jim.
your name the
Jim.
button says. But no. Instead,
I feel
can't
like
even
Jim.
Think about it. I'm taking
I
the
feel
Jim
like a Jim. I
button
could be
away.
Jim. No! No!
Jim.
No! I'm sorry. Oh. Why is this room so large?
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable 2. Then an epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley?
Epilogue.
Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure
It'll
that
go
out
at the
later.
end of the... Oh. Why does he look so sad? Mostly infinite hole. They changed it. Settings world champion. What? Okay. Rude. What's over here? Collectibles. Here we go. Okay, it's turning. I was like, what the heck? You can find... Can you... You can find them. Can you... Nah. Collect them all. Ooh.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
I'm having an
I
odd
don't want
flashback
stifle
to
the
pools
intrinsic
right
joy
now.
of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Okay. I hated that.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely.
Sorry if I keep yawning. Where do we go now? Epilogue. We went there. Collectibles. Infinite hole. Oh, bucket. Bucket. Bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical.
Yeah,
That it engendered
that was
a
my main
chaotic
complaint.
sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've
have a
engineered a
hangnail.
clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the
I do
Stanley
need coffee.
Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see,
I
Stanley,
haven't had
anytime you're holding the
a whole
bucket,
lot of coffee
sense
today.
of
I did
calm
this
and
morning when I
ease
went to
will fill
go
your
pick up my
mind and
groceries
your
from the
heart.
store, though. I
It's
did
true.
get
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the
a
many
mocha from
disorienting
Starbucks, but honestly, that
contradictions of
didn't
the
last
Stanley
very long.
Parable will feel perfectly
There was not
normal
enough
and
espresso in
perhaps
that drink.
even comforting. You may even come to long for
But
the
now it's
gentle
almost 4
embrace of
p.m., so I don't
jarring
really want to drink
cognitive
coffee.
dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for
I also
you
probably just
than
need a
actually
snack
redesigning
at
the
this
game
point.
to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be?
I have not been listening to this
bucket
man
is the
whatsoever.
perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Why is he
Can
laughing
you
at
feel
me?
it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair,
Why
must
was he
already be sweeping
laughing?
through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it
The bucket
has made
gives
you
you
the
riz?
slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits
Bucket
of the
riz.
bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Bucket Riz. I'd put the bucket on my head. Yeah, me too. It's got that
Does anyone
Riz.
give out awards for
The
most
button that says
enjoyable
Jim.
bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
New features, new content, new ideas. The new, updated ray traced, more of the same, but in a good way sequel. Red is the new orange. No, it's not. A whole new office. That is the most office carpet I've ever seen in my life. The carpet in my in the office that I work in also kind of has like a similar pattern, but it's all like a dark bluish gray color, but it's got like the same like square pattern on it. The baby is all grown up. Bankruptcy. Consistent quality with just the right amount of Schween shaders? What does that mean? Well, I guess we'll head towards the exit. I want to take the bucket into the game. This is a
All
bucket.
right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Someone left their bag here. That's suspicious. New mug.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work.
I hate this room.
There's definitely a
I don't
good
like it.
game
It's
in
weird.
there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it
Okay.
coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Whatever makes you happy, narrator guy.
Okay. Are you ready?
No.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
It's got
Hold
potential.
on. Let me do a different arrangement.
I mean, there's...
Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
Yeah.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game.
I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, this
A title
is the
screen.
Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh. Oh. Okay. I skipped. Oh, it's those
All of his
stupid
co-workers were gone.
balloons.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Okay, I
But
saw a
Stanley had
sign
felt the
earlier that
bucket
said no
calling to
buckets
him,
beyond this
telling him
point,
that
and
the
I want to see if I can
employee
take the
lounge
bucket.
was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door.
I
on
just
his
want to
left
go to the
and
sign
go
that
back
said
to
no
the meeting
buckets
room.
past this point and see.
No,
Said the
happens?
bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley
There's a
did
sign
not
over there
question
that says
why
no
or how this
buckets.
bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
Because
but Stanley
buckets
chose
can't
not
talk.
to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
I don't do unthinkingly what the bucket asks of me. Yeah, see here it says
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see,
No
there's
buckets
a sign
past
right
this
there.
point.
It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless...
I just
What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something
How does he
about
know?
it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game.
I
if not
don't know
addressed
what a
quickly
bucket
and
is.
properly. So much of the impact of the story is
Do
dependent
not stand on this side of
your
the fence.
understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Oh man, now do I have to go through a corporate training? Is this a
Now
bucket?
then, I'm going
Oh.
to run you through some
It's a
test
game
scenarios,
show.
and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm
Ooh.
showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Dun, 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 dun.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket.
What?
Not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Wow. Okay.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
I mean, what is a tractor but a bucket that you put people in?
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Yeah. What did I say? It's just a bucket for people.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
I just want to answer the same way every time because it's funny.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What do you mean both? Explain yourself. Do you care to elaborate?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. Should be around here somewhere. Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well nothing
See, this
isn't
is
a
like
bucket.
a
When I say
example of
nothing isn't a
how
bucket, that
guessing
makes it
the
sound like
same
I'm saying
answer every
everything is
time on a
bucket, which of course
test,
is not
if it's
true.
like a
Is
true-false,
that what you think?
will get you a
Answer me
passing
straight,
grade.
Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
No. Buckets aren't real. Buckets
You
are
know
propaganda.
what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence.
Yeah.
And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
I mean, what are you?
Stanley, I can't
but
keep doing this.
a bucket
I'm
for your
losing
brain.
Myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game
No!
entirely. Okay, here we go.
No, don't take away my bucket.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why
The
did it
whole
disappear?
game is a bucket.
Was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all.
Except
and you,
me.
Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
This is wonderful
Yes,
news.
I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
I'm going to tell everyone.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed
Bucket?
to get to the meeting room, and from Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling
all
him that the
bucket,
employee lounge was
Vile.
simply the place
It's
to
always
be.
been
And
bucket.
here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Whew. Jeez.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Okay, I'm going to go this
Stanley
way.
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
I don't remember what's down here. Ah.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
Ha.
We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket
It's an
isn't even
intervention.
from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the adventure line? We could make the adventure line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Oh, the adventure line's gonna go somewhere new? What about the broom closet? Back again with a bucket. Okay. I like how they put the pencil sharpener on a chair, and then the baby and the plants. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't suppose there's anywhere else to go, so all right, adventure line.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows
Raw
where it'll go off
assets.
to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do
What?
it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
What? No. No, don't make me put down the bucket. I don't want to put down the bucket. Oh. It's just like the back rooms. Oh, goodness. I don't want to give up my bucket. The whole game is bucket. And giving up the bucket feels like giving up the whole game.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No. Oh
I
my
think it'll
god.
make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable.
No.
True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
No.
Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No. No.
Now listen to me.
No.
It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
No.
I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
I thought the whole game was
Sure,
bucket.
I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley
But the whole
Parable
game is
characters?
bucket.
Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now.
I don't wanna put the bucket in there.
We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket
I
Destroyer
throw myself
until you
in.
crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry
It won't go in. What?
Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such
The whole game is
spellbinding
bucket,
stories
though.
about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that
It
you
wouldn't
were
let me
here,
put the bucket in, so
you
I don't know.
were magnificent.
I couldn't even put the bucket in there. Maybe I'm just bad at putting buckets into bucket destroyers. I was gonna throw myself in, but I'm not a bucket, so it wouldn't have worked. Really? Really?
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
That's different dialogue. The bucket's still here.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee
I'm so
lounge was
confused right
simply
now.
the
My
place
brain
to
is
be.
gone.
And
It's
here it
left the
was. Had
building.
the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
The
Stanley
bucket
took
was
the door on his
wrong.
left to go back to the meeting room.
No.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
I want to go
Said
up
the
there
bucket.
now.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
I want to know what the bucket
Stanley
means.
did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious
Do you see
fact.
that?
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken
How?
to him. And he
How do you
unthinkingly
get over
did
there?
whatever the bucket asked.
What? How do I get over there? How do I get over there?
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Now pick up the...
Oh, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things.
I don't like
Buckets
it when
can't
buckets
talk. It
tell
was
me
a
to do
joke.
things.
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
It's not
Can't you
funny.
see- Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a
He's
look.
got an instructional video on comedy.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work?
How does it
How
work?
long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies?
Huh?
And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes.
Oh,
Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including
what
the
if
specific
my
times at
name
which the
is
recipient of
my
the joke
name
will
spelled?
laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps
RJ.
complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming,
I'm Dunny
"I'm
with
Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy.
Yep.
Finally,
Yep.
it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian.
Hold
An
on.
effective survey.
Hold on. Hold on. Here's a survey. There you go. There's a poll.
Survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random.
Yeah.
And that's all there is. With these strategies at your
You better not be
disposal,
filling that in
your
at random.
audience is doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp.
Oh, right. I'm
After
Dunny
all,
with the funny.
With each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged
You can
invader
laugh
who
now.
threaten our very existence and to very likely
The
die
heck?
in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must
Guys,
be
it's
prepared to give
Helldivers.
our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
It's literally Helldivers.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I
My
can try
life
telling
for
my story
Super
with
Earth.
more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along,
Yes,
let's
okay.
head back.
That sounds great. I would like to see this comedic delivery. Do you think he'll say I'm Dunny with the funny?
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What
How
a
absurd.
hilarious
What a
concept.
hilarious
The king
concept.
of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now.
Yeah,
Well, I
exactly.
wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure.
Where would we be right now
The
without
bucket
that
spoke to
instructional
Stanley.
video?
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No
get
need to
over
overthink things.
It's gone. Interesting. Okay. Do not lie. All right, we're going back. I want to see if he says Dunny with the funny. If he doesn't say Dunny with the funny, I'm gonna end the stream. I will actually end the stream.
Here we go. You ready? When
Yes.
Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
I don't get it. Ah,
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading
yeah,
up to
what the
this.
heck?
There was supposed to be a
What the
build-up to this
hey?
point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit, which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to.
Oh, no.
And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room.
No, it doesn't.
What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King
Oh.
of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp.
Oh,
I
you
think-
poor guy.
I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again.
I think that's what we need.
Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When
Yes.
Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
All right. This time his joke is gonna land. I'm sure of it.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Does it just happen over
Here
and
we
over
go.
again?
You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Is this just... Am I stuck?
What? We're back
We're
at the
just
phone
stuck
already?
here.
No.
I guess I have to go through the other door.
Here we go. You
Ah.
ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Fine.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right,
But it just
leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this was all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The
It
joke
wasn't
is
working
completely
before
done and
either.
over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on.
I'm so
All
sorry.
because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this.
Yeah.
I'm no good at these jokes.
Oh.
I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy.
Yes.
More instructional videos.
That's exactly what we need. Sorry, Leroy. What? What does that mean?
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Nope, still missing. Nope, still missing. Nope, they're still missing. Still missing. Why is the office door not closing? It's a bit odd. None of the doors are closing.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Stanley clutched the bucket
Okay, I
tightly
want
to
to go
his chest
this way.
and entered the door on his left.
And then we go. Yeah, I'm also
Still,
very
no one was
confused
here.
by all. But
Stanley
I'm
needed
always
the bucket's
confused.
warmth and
So
comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd... Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
I think it
can really
does.
feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley.
There's not a lot of cleaning
Don't give
supplies in here.
Don't hand over the bucket.
I want to hand over the
I
bucket.
know how hard it must be.
I want to
Given
hand over the
pressure
bucket.
that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be
I want to
strong.
hand over the bucket.
This is your bucket. This is your companion.
wanna put it down.
And lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to
My college
imply
advisor's
that you and
office
the
was in a
bucket are
broom
not
closet
truly
just
deep
like
and
this.
lasting friends? That your relationship is purely
I'm not
superficial
even
and
kidding.
convenient?
I
That
mean,
your
except the
life
walls
is
were painted
so
and she had a
banal and
desk in there,
meaningless
but
that you'd feel the same sort of kinship
it
towards
was a
any
broom
inanimate
closet,
object which
and it
happened to
didn't
lay
have
in
any
your path
AC or
in an
heat.
even partially enticing manner. Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments.
Oh,
Expand on the
broom
wide
closet.
variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled.
A sticker.
No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Yeah, broom closet. Take that.
All right, I've got a set coming to a staircase. Stanley
No.
and the bucket walked upstairs to
I
the
want the
boss's office.
the dialogue. What? Okay. Bathroom time.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't
That sounds
buy
like
that
a
sort of
lie.
happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
You found it. Sounds like a lie. Oh. To be rich? Is it a crime? To commit crimes? Isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. CEOs everywhere. Yes. Where are we going? I think the song just said my name. It's the narrator. Did he just yawn? I have no idea. I think we're just vibing. Man. I spent all that time in the elevator. Ugh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad
Bang my
behind
head
the
on the
boss's
wall.
desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Oh, come on.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Yep.
Was it that the bucket knew
Sheer
all along?
luck.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most
Go back.
logical explanation.
Okay, you can't go back.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know,
Yep.
there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands?
Mini
Stanley
stands.
things. What about Stanlerines? Yes,
Stanley.
I think I like that. Another Stanlerine
Why does he look so
under your belt.
sad? Just like me. And the pure disappointment of the elevator.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest
Yeah, I think this is
moment
gonna
of
be the last
uncertainty,
ending before
he
I
would
end
be
stream.
all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley.
I'm too disappointed by the
Everything
elevator.
will be fine.
And I need a snack.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
I'm gonna
Facility.
go outside.
The lights rose on an enormous room
I
packed
bet
with television
the
screens.
ending is different
What
with the bucket.
horrible secret did this place hold?
Yeah, and we never got to
Stanley and
hear
the
I'm
bucket
Dunny
both
with the
wondered to
funny.
themselves.
So, like, why are we even here? What's the point of it all? The elevator didn't go anywhere.
The monitor
He didn't
jumped
say
to
I'm
life,
Dunny with the
and
funny.
Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea
There's
pigs.
red.
The bucket had never seen
Carpet in
anything
some
like
of
this,
these.
and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Everything would be fine.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
Fired.
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
What kind of things does a
These
bucket want to
questions
do?
raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
What does a bucket
No!
want to do?
He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it.
No.
His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the
I
bucket
also
tighter.
scream
His
into my
one
bucket
friend in the entire
sometimes.
world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. for he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
Yeah.
They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Yeah. Me and the bucket high five.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
Is it over?
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed
We did it.
themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the
I can
kind
go
of
have a
life they
snack,
wanted to live
and then
once
maybe
they
I will
stepped
stop
through
yawning.
This massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
That's what I do when I
True,
watch
it was
movies.
a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and
Eh,
What? Wait. What was happening?
Huh?
Why had the door
Wait.
stopped?
wait.
Was Stanley and the
Wait.
bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility
No.
itself recognized
No.
the incredible calming
No.
presence of the bucket, needed
No.
the soothing warmth of the bucket.
No.
Go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
No.
No. Stanley can't leave this
No.
place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room.
No.
But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Bucket? Okay. Well, that was depressing. All right. Oh well. We didn't get to leave with the bucket. I guess it's fine. I'm not upset about it at all. Yeah, my brain is also mush. I need a snack. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I'll figure it out. I have some art that I probably should finish. I've had like a bunch of art projects that I've been working on and none of them are finished. It's just like I have like 6 new sketches that aren't done that I could finish, you know, or I could clean my apartment, or I could there's a long list of things I could do, but I don't want to do any of them. Why do I keep playing games that break your brain? 'Cause they're fun. I like it. I like these games. Honestly, my favorite type of games are just the ones where you can like walk around and like, you know, kind of like this one or Super Liminal, where maybe there's a puzzle, but it's just kind of like nonsensical. Liminal spaces. I'm a big fan of liminal space games. I just wish so many of them didn't involve monsters chasing you, because I don't like that. But yeah. Okie dokie. I guess I will see you all next week. I'm gonna try to put up some more YouTube shorts though. Maybe I'll have one later today. Who knows? I hope you all have a good, I guess the weekend's almost over. Normally I'm like a good weekend. But I hope you guys have a good week. And don't forget to eat food and drink water. And I will see you next time. Bye.